Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly market update for Wednesday, December the 9th. And we had a little bit different day today than we've had lately. Lately, we have been just, on a tear straight up and had some, we've hit new all time highs quite a few times lately. And today we gave some back. As you can see here, I've got the S&P up on the chart here, and we'll take a look at that. Just go through this. I like to start on these smaller time frames and kind of work my way back out. So we'll take a look at this and see. As you can see, the S&P here on the day, we're down about 29 points, something like that. Pretty crazy day. Ironically, so we're down 29. 0.43, I think, something like that. Yesterday we were up about 30 points off the low, straight up one way, and here we're down straight up or straight down off the high. So very peculiar market here. We here's a 5-day chart, and this was an all-time high here, 37.12. I've got the voodoo lines up here. Matter of fact, let me switch to the ES and show you this. If it will load, there you go. All right, so yesterday, this was the move I was talking about in the ES off that low to high, the dark shaded, and this is high to low. Actually, went a little bit more than that today, but anyway, you get the point. Straight up and straight down. Now, today's action, you never really know. I don't think you ever really know what the cause is, because you always see on the news, CNBC or whatever, what they say, and that's after the fact. They're saying today it's because of a gridlock on the new Corona stimulus package. That was first floated back before the election around $2 trillion or so. And I kind of thought that was going to go. And I was looking for much higher price targets into the end of the year. Didn't happen. Now it's back on the table, and we're at a much smaller package, 916 billion. I think it's so funny to say $916 billion is small, but compared to what it initially was, it's pretty small. But there's gridlock. Don't know if it's going to happen. And so, again, apparently that's what brought us down today. So the point is, that we are in a very twitchy market. Let's do a 10-day chart here. And notice, again, this is the ES. And if you notice, straight up, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, up, up, down. Crazy, crazy, crazy moves going on. Some of those are overnight sessions and some are not. Been just wild moves, whiplash kind of market. And we've been talking about this for weeks and weeks and weeks, because, and probably months as we headed into the election, all that kind of stuff. Beware of news events and all that kind of stuff, and that's exactly what's been happening. So where do we go from here? Well, let me switch this back to the S&P, and we'll see. And again, you can see these just big whipsaws we've had. But let's go on a little bit longer time frame here and check it out. So this is on the S&P 500. Again, if we look back here, 1-year time frame, this is when coronavirus hit. Everybody sold, panic, all the way down into our tree line there, and we bounced off that. We never looked back until we took out that high right there. And notice, we didn't even, we hit this maybe a couple times right here and just ripped through it and kept going. Crazy, crazy moves here. Another new all-time high here, and then gave it all back, came back up here, gave it all back. Double dipped or double tagged this snow line there, 32.29, and then off to the races again. Chopped here at this previous all-time high, took that out, and we've been setting new all-time highs every day basically. All right, so 37.12, we're obviously extended. If you look at the same scenario in the NASDAQ, Look at that, right up against the snow line and fail. You know, so if you look at this just from a chart standpoint, where does this, close one eye and squint, and where do you think it's going to go? And it looks to me like it might come back down there. And it could do any number of things, but it would make sense for me after that long extended move, that we pull back, maybe even down here, and this is a NASDAQ, before moving back up here into higher highs and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just, again, we're talking big picture here, right? Same thing here. Come right up into the snow line, tagged it. Do we fail, come back down to this one and then take that out? I don't know. We could come back down to this and then take it out. And the reason I keep saying take it out on the upside, I told you guys last week, and I've been saying for the last several weeks, that if we sell off, I'm a buyer of a dip. I'm bullish, all that kind of stuff. I'm getting, because we've moved so far, I'm getting less bullish than I was. This is the S&P. If you've been listening to the videos I've been saying buy this, 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 and now I'm saying I would like to buy it down here, or down here, and maybe fade this for the next run higher. It's not cheap anymore, certainly by any stretch. Doesn't mean it can't keep going, but we're going to continue to be driven by pandemic news, coronavirus, more outbreaks, or more vaccine breakthroughs, or whatever. So we're in a very tough spot here, and I have gotten out of most all of my longs, and I'm really waiting to either fade this back down or be a buyer back down at some of these lower levels. And let me show you. Let me put a ribbon up here, and I'll show you. So if you see this, this is the S&P again. If I can get it to look right. Okay, so these are just different moving averages. I have mine kind of funky colored, but as you can see, we barely pulled back, at all. That's the 8, the 21, the 34, the 50, the 200. And you see every time we pull back, we bounce and keep going. We might just keep going. I don't know. It would make sense to me, because of how far we are extended, that we pull back into some of these other moving averages, like we've done here, And in fact, you can see from these previous levels, that's where we did that double tap here. I don't know if we come back down there. I guess we could with some bad news, but I'm not expecting that. So the bottom line, and again, I'm talking generically speaking with the S&P 500. You can say this kind of same thing with generically speaking with stocks, but I'm not really a buyer at these levels. I'm waiting and going to be a lot more eager to be a buyer down at some of these levels down here. Matter of fact, let me show you this. Now this is a Darvas box and grab candles. Again, very extended away from the 34 EMA. I'd be a buyer here. That's roughly 3,600. It's actually a little bit lower than that. 34 EMAs, 35.89. But I would also entertain, up here at the 21 probably. But again, nothing looks bad with this chart. It still looks pretty good, and that's what makes it, even that more confusing, is that the trend still looks bullish. Everything still looks bullish. The VIX has come on down to a year low here, or coming into a year low. So we might just keep going. When we will know this is within the next couple of days, probably. Do we get more? This is a pretty decent down day today, relatively speaking, from where we have been the last 10-20 days. So we get follow through tomorrow and it turns into something ugly, that can start a snowball effect and take us down over the next week or so. If that happens, I will be a buyer and be anticipating a Santa rally into the end of the year. So prepare for that. And again, the bottom line, I'm kind of taking the foot off the gas right now and going to see, and that's today. I closed some stuff out today, and going to see where we go for the next couple of days. If we continue lower, I'll start nibbling at lower levels. If we continue higher, I'll resume my very selective buying and setups on the upside. So that is what I've got for you right now. I wish there was a little more clear picture of what we've got, but we're in uncharted territory now, extended all-time highs, lots of news on the horizon. So be careful out there. Hope this helps. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you at the next update. Take care.